How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. Here we are. A lot to talk about. What do you think? I like your beer, by the way. Isn't it nice? Cheers. Salud. Yeah.
McCaffrey.
Definitely McCaffrey. Okay. Anything you want to talk about? You're very much short and sweet. A lot going on. Where do we start?
Let's talk about Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods, man. Let me tell you, that guy's got 9 lives in relationships. Here's a guy that's been in the limelight for his affairs. He had 10 mistresses. He had a madame getting him prostitutes and whatever he can get his hands on. And now he sits down with Donald Trump and gets the thumbs up to date his former daughter-in-law. Seriously. Think about that if that was you. I mean...
No, I think if somebody was traveling in time and they came in 20 years ago, right? They came in today. They'll be like, what the fuck is going on here?
I mean, seriously.
The funny thing right now is his Instagram post. Nobody knew what this cat was doing with, talking about relationships and girls in his life. I don't think nobody cared. Men like him because he's one of the greatest, right? Golfer. But we're not, buddy. We're not asking you who you're sleeping with.
We already know. We know that you slept with half the population.
We figure you didn't date or got married again because you wanted that lifestyle to continue. And now he's what did he say? He said, "Love is in the air."
What type of love?
Picture with her. I don't know. It's just really odd, the whole thing.
What's great is one of his mistresses was a waitress either at...
Waffle House, no?
Yeah, Waffle House or somewhere else. So essentially he went from the Waffle House to the White House. This guy is just... He's moving forward.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't even... Knowing the history, you were asking... Will you date a guy that you know that didn't have one mistress or 2? I'll say, 10 and plus. 10 is the ones we know.
Right? I mean, yeah, 10 is a great number, but try times 10. I mean,
if a guy is hey, you know what? I messed
100.
up. I cheated on my ex. I'm truly sorry. Never want to do that again. Is one thing, but a guy that has 2-digit.
So, basically, if I was Tiger Woods and I said, hey, babe, I'm sorry. I've cheated on my ex 1,500 times. Are we good?
No.
With prostitutes, strippers,
waitresses,
all types. You name it. I probably banged your mom.
Seriously. And your sister.
And her sister.
No. I would be I don't want to say that a cheater, always a cheater, whatever, but I mean, to recover from that, first of all, I think sex addiction is bullshit.
Why, man? I mean, think about it.
Well, I mean, you're giving, now they want to name a disease for everything that we do that's fucked up.
Indeed. No one wants to take responsibility.
Exactly.
At all.
You're a whore.
Just say, hey, you know what? I like fucking.
I like multiple people. I like fucking, I don't like fucking one person every day. Boring. I like fucking one every night of the week. Oh, and here in another city and another.
Hey,
pig.
Throwing a goat and a chicken, I'm cool.
You don't have an addiction. You're just a pig. That's it.
Yeah, I would say. But what's so great is that his father-in-law now to be father-in-law,
Yeah,
right? Donald is like, yeah, man, he's cool. We're good. Like, they probably cross swords.
He's like Donald Trump's grandkid's baby mama.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And
That he gets the green light on tapping that. If you're him, he's like, hey, man, that's almost like a pardon.
I guess I'm great. I'm glad that this goes into record. They're gonna get married soon. Like, he's gonna propose within the next couple months.
Imagine if he gets married and he does the same thing he did to his ex.
I mean, will anybody be surprised?
Well, no, forget about that. Matt, what is his dad? What's freaking Trump gonna do? Is he gonna come after him and deport him or something?
Deport him where? He's from here. If I was his PR, I'd be like, hey, yo, you know what? Just go live in another, like in an island, and just come play golf whenever they call you, and then just don't tell people your business anymore.
I don't think, honestly, I can't. I just believe that he can't help himself.
A lot of powerful men have that issue where they want to have their cake and eat it. So they want to have the family, the wife, the kids. They also want to have fun, and nowadays you can be like, hey, are you cool with having an open relationship? Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because did you ever see his documentary on HBO?
No.
HBO, they had this documentary about him, and it talks about his father and how his father was a pig, and how his father just ran amok and did things, and that was his like role model. And he was trying to, there was he was trying to justify his behavior based on his father's doings. Like, hey, the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree, so I'm like my dad, but that's I can't help that.
Well, you can use that victim mentality for so long. Yeah, you realize where the problem comes from, and then it's like, okay, now you're an adult. It's up to you what you do with your life. Is that what you want to be? Is that who you like?
No, you're an old ass man now, and you have a hot new girlfriend. It's either you say, hey, listen, I'm running out of chances, and just kind of like stay the course, or stay the pig and gamble, see what you. But he's got so much money, he can do what he wants.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you have a lot of money. Does it really matter if you're? It's not like you're into politics or if you're in the military. Do you really have to be married for people to respect you like that?
You know what it is? I feel that it's based on the customs that we're focused on, or not focused on, more so that we're exposed to. So the customs are, hey, be a certain way because that's what it is. You date someone, for umpteen months or time, and you feel a certain way, then you propose, you get engaged, and you get married. That's something of a norm to some people. That's why some people have gotten married 15 times, and it's never worked. So you're right. At one point, you're just kind of like flawed. The whole system's flawed. So why even kind of like play into it?
It's just not for you, buddy.
No, it doesn't work.
Marriage is not for you. It's not for everybody.
No.
Having kids is not for everybody.
No. When you come home and you sit there and have to explain why you slept with 1,500 people.
And then your wife takes your golf
your money makers and beat you with them.
I know. How dirty. My favorite thing back then, my favorite joke was like, and then your wife went clubbing. That was the best.
That's dirty. That's dirty. I love that. Again, I think, Tiger Woods, good luck. We wish you well.
I'm sorry, after all the trashing.
We wish you well.
Buddy.
We wish you well. We hope that you have learned your lesson and you move forward and you don't have any more, problems.
Hiccups.
Hiccups.
Addictions. That takes me to what is it with people that have a lot of money and power? I guess normal sex is not fun anymore.
No, you're right.
What is it? What's the psychology of it?
I think it's a wealth thing, right? It's like, hey, if I have all this money, it becomes power, correct?
I don't know. If you become a billionaire, are you going to start asking for a threesome?
Why are you putting me on the spot? I'm
'Cause you're
definitely
a
not
man.
there yet.
You're not into it now.
I mean,
But if you got...
seriously. I don't even know. You know what? It's funny because you're right. It gets to a point. What's enough? What's enough? It's like I was at a bar one time in Miami Beach, and this freaking midget came up, and she was a prostitute. She was like, "Hey, you want to party? You want to dance?" I'm like, "Is it half off?" But again, it's funny that you say that. But going back to your point, what is it? Where does it become? Where does normal go out the window? And then the nuances of your wealth become this bizarro, kind of sensations like, hey, let me get an animal in there. Let me grab a dude. Let me do this.
Well, yeah, it's like that show we're watching where like everybody's basically like they have a lot of money or whatever. And then everybody has these kids. I don't know.
No, you're right. In White Lotus, there's the bizarro thing of it. It shows there's always that deep message in White Lotus, there's that deep message of wealth, how delusional and how things that they can do, right? In the show, there's constant this movement of I'm wealthy, I can have sex with my kids or my brother, or it's just weird.
Yeah.
And it becomes
or my best friend's wife, or like it's just it's you're like, okay, why?
Not for nothing, but in the South, they've been doing that for a while. Incest is best.
That's another thing that what rich people get away with, and it's edgy.
It's called incest.
If you're
poor, it's incest.
It's trash.
Yes,
exactly.
Indeed. It's really you're right.
Alabama is rocking it forever.
They are the pioneer of sister and brother lovemaking.
But these people, Alabama
or brother on brother,
or whatever in the South, it was a small town. You didn't have a lot of options, right? You didn't have internet. You didn't have online dating. You only had that one pub you went on Friday nights. And hey, second cousin Julie was there.
Hey,
she's looking good after 4 beers. And can you blame them? I mean, seriously. But rich people, you can literally go anywhere in the world and you still want to have sex with your friends or your brother, or you want to have multiple people, it's crazy.
You know what? I'm with you. I just feel like at the end of the day, what's your normal?
Nice shirt, by the way.
I know. I was just going to thank you for that. You are one for bars and wings. Why is that?
You mean sport bars?
Yeah, sport bars and wings. Like you and I, you can go anywhere you want, but you choose sport bars and wings. Why is that?
Well, sometimes I like going to grab a couple cold ones and some wings. I really like chicken wings. And going to a sport bar is almost like going to a gay club.
That's awesome. Please explain that to me. I need to know. I need to know the similarities.
I mean, most guys there are not hitting on you. They're hitting on the bartenders. Or they're watching some either sports show, any type of show, you know what I mean? Like they're not really into girls.
They're not.
They're not looking to talk to girls at all. They're looking into having their drinks, flirting to the bar with the bartender or the waitress, and just chilling. Most of them are married, or you know what I mean? Like it feels just like, I get it. It feels safe. It feels as safe as going to a gay bar.
So for you, it feels as safe as going to a gay bar.
Yes,
like
for sure.
You go there, you sit down, you're like, I'm not going to be. No one's going to sit there. Like if you went to a straight bar, you'd have to deal with a bunch of clowns.
Right, and like sport bars is like very rare. Well, you're one of those that came over and talked to me, but most of the time is like either nobody talks to me, or it's like the older dude that's just really wants to just strike a conversation and he's just sweet. He's not trying to hit on you or anything like that. So I find it like it's fun.
It's just relaxing. To you.
Yes,
There's no pressure.
It is. There's no pressure at all.
You're not dealing with a bunch of posers, a bunch of people that are like, hey, what's your name?
Yeah.
What's your zodiac sign? I have this friend who she wants to meet you. Let's do this. No? Not so much? No.
None of that shit.
That's awesome. So that's another question. Have you ever been to Hooters?
Of course.
And what do you think about Hooters?
Well, it's changed a lot in the last few years, but back in the day, they had good wings. And beer was really cold, and they were everywhere, too. So I used to travel a lot. So anywhere, they were like almost like at McDonald's off the highway. You know what I mean?
McDonald's
like,
like ass and titties and beer and wings.
Exactly. So it was easy. You knew where you were getting in and out. Girls were extra nice because, they're supposed to be. And they're cute.
So you think Chick-fil-A is taking them out?
Hell no.
Because they're everywhere, too.
Chick-fil-A needs one license.
Indeed. Well, that leads me to my discovery, or actually you discovered this, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Which I was shocked because I have this Hooters shirt on, and I just recently was covering a hurricane in Tampa.
Did you go to one?
I went to the original.
Oh, the original.
This is the original Clearwater.
Yeah.
Clearwater is the original one, and I went there, and I was like, "This is amazing." I haven't this, and it's iconic, And I wasn't able to get the orange and white one because it didn't fit me because I'm fat. But I ended up getting it for Chris, and Chris was like, "That's his favorite T-shirt." He's like, "I love the T-shirt." So, needless to say, you told me that they're closing. Like they're tell me a little more. Do you know a little more about that, or I read up a little bit too.
So
what is it?
I guess last month they filed for bankruptcy because they're not. Hooters, when they first started, it was a great business plan, and they made a lot of money. They were different from everybody, so it was great. But then things started changing. And people weren't that into wings and boobs, I guess.
I guess. Yeah, it went
Which
from.
I never heard anything.
This new generation has just completely. Well,
they can see them on TikTok.
Listen, I thought your generation was bad as a millennial. The new generation.
My generation is the best.
The new generation are a bunch of like Ken and Barbie dolls. They don't have anything. They just kind of like.
They just stay home, but can you blame them with this economy? I'm going to sound like an old lady.
I mean, seriously, fuck that. Listen, it's always been hard for a young kid. Listen, I went to college, and it was really hard. But you figured it out. There's always a way to.
There's always money for beer and boobs.
Like, listen, if you're looking for Ace of Spades and Moet or freaking Don or 1942, yeah, you're stupid. You're dumb. You're not getting that.
Well, if you're 20, yeah.
But I'm saying if you're looking for the right things, like affordable tequilas, vodkas,
well,
beer.
I guess it's not the case anymore. That's why I'm telling you. Like, that was back in the day. Now, even the normal shit, like sitting down and having beers and wings with your friends, is like you can't afford it as a college student, or you know what I mean. But knowing now the culture of this country, I'm so shocked about Hooters not making it.
It's crazy.
And sad.
Well, it's funny because it's crazy. So Hooters is some fun facts. This is great.
I love this.
This is so good. Did you know to work at Hooters, you had to fit in an extra small or a medium? That was the actual dilemma that you had. It wasn't because you were fat.
Did they have a
you had to be fit. No, they didn't. You just had to fit in their
shorts.
No. You had to fit in their extra small, medium parameter. There was no double XL. There was no XL. There was no L.
Okay.
So there's none of that. So you had to fit in those. And what's really crazy is they call it the Hooters Girl Rule. And I'm going to read it off the website here. Refers to the required uniform, which includes white tank top, orange shorts, and running shoes, along with expectations to interact with and entertain customers in fun and friendly manner. So you have to
I'm in.
Actually, you can fit. You have the body.
I was talking about being a customer, not a Hooters girl. Those years are...
I don't know, man. At one time, and another fun fact, at one time they had 300 worldwide, 29 different countries, and there was a Hooters lawsuit when a couple got, or I shouldn't say a couple, several men wanted to be Hooter waiters. And they settled out of court for $3.75 million. So they were allowed, and they had it set up like this was never going to happen again. So we're going to give you almost $4 million amongst whoever they were to go away. And they were allowed to do whatever they want. And what they wanted was not to hire any men as waiters.
Well, waiter. Yeah.
Yeah, waiters.
What? I mean, I don't know. You're going to get in trouble anything you say, but
really, I mean, just say what you got to say. What do you feel?
I mean,
you're entitled to your opinions, period.
It's a restaurant that is like, it was born in the 80s, right?
It's like me going into a strip club.
I want to be a stripper, and they're like, no, because you're a man, and you're like,
why? I can't be a stripper. I want to show off to the gay guys that want to come in here.
No, but this is like a only like male stripper.
But how is that?
No, babe, because there's
it's like when you go to
there's male stripper places.
Understood, but if you want to be that person, hey, listen.
Okay.
No, time out. If you said to me, if I came in and said to you, and you're the manager at this at Pink Pony or
Goldfingers.
Scarlet's. There's so many strip clubs. Cheetah, Pink Pony in Hialeah. And you say to me, hey, listen, I see a lot of women coming in. Oh, well, they're there with their boyfriends. No, I see them coming in, though. Why can't I show my junk off and be on stage? Because I'm an entertainer, too.
That's a different bar. What I'm wondering is,
no, but that's discrimination.
Are these guys transgender?
Maybe. Maybe they got filleted.
Nowadays, they look better than we do.
Indeed. It's funny because I just thought it was crazy. These facts of you have to fit in XXS. So an extra small.
Or medium. That's a wide range. And that's what I remember.
And maintain a fit image.
Okay. That's not too bad.
Maintain a fit image.
If you're in your 20s, that's easy.
But listen, if you're 35, 40, and you're like, you go in there.
It's doable.
No. What I'm saying is, if you go in there and you don't have that, you're not that. But if you fit in that XXS and a medium, you can work there. So it doesn't matter if you're an old goat.
No, and that's one of the cool things is that you came in and you saw all type of girls.
I did. I saw some, but I've never saw an ugly fat girl. I never did. Never saw.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They were Hispanic, black, white. They had big boobs. They had little boobs. They had no ass, big ass. Like it was, with those parameters. But I think this
is the best though. Okay, sorry. This is the best. This is in there. This is in their breakdown. Okay. If you're going to apply, and this is the non-discrimination clause. Okay. I'm reading it word for word. It says, while the image requirement exists, Hooters does not discriminate based on weight or body type, but rather on the ability to fit in the uniform and maintain the desired image.
That's a smart lawyer.
That's clever. It's like, hey, I'm not saying you can't be fat, but you got to fit in that medium. Let's just say you're 19.
I made uniforms and you don't fit in it. I can't accommodate.
100%.
Because
that's actually that's brilliant. That's brilliant. This is what we got.
Yeah.
And listen, you could be 18 and be a medium and be a fatty.
But you're within 35 and be a medium and you're skinny.
No, but imagine if you're a medium, but yet you should be an extra small. But you have a little, little gut, little.
You like beer,
little bonza,
You like drinking beer.
Yeah.
No, but there's also there was plenty of times where the girls weren't that pretty, so they're literally not discriminating.
100%. But there is a place for chubby people in Hooters.
Oh, in Hooters?
Now the kitchen staff. This is good. This is good.
This is so good.
The kitchen staff positions do not have the same image requirements as a server.
I mean, I sure hope so.
So, and honestly, listen, I love the butterfly wings. I mean, the butterfly shrimp.
Yeah.
The bomb. They have that freaking medium or the fire. It's,
what?
We got to go. We have to do a live.
Oh, we're going
We got to do a
Hooters.
live Hooters. Yes, that's what we're doing.
The wings used to be pretty good.
They're still good. I was just there. I told you, I was just there.
It depends where you go because they were cutting costs everywhere. The last one I went.
You just got to know what you're doing, man. I mean, listen, I can cook, and you know that I know certain things. You just have to know how to order it.
Well
done. Well done. Dry, extra wet. So you char it and then put it on there and then char it. It tastes delicious. If you talk, because the gorditos are the chefs, so you're good. You're not dealing with an extra small medium making your food. You're dealing with a fucking double X.
I prefer a gordito to be my chef.
100%. I mean,
do. It's funny. It's somebody told me once, they're like, never trust a skinny chef.
I freaking believe you. I think I said that to you. I think I was the one that said that to you. Because you said you had dated someone that was a chef. And I said, was he fat?
He was so skinny.
I said, that's why it didn't work. I mean, seriously. Could have told you. No.
Then I learned he was doing Adderall.
No, it doesn't even matter. He can be on freaking crack.
He's still going to.
Listen.
There's plenty of people.
100%.
Yeah.
Trust me. I just went to a culinary school in freaking New York, upstate New York, in freaking the Hamptons. The good ones, the ones that were killing it, were freaking
Let's just
overweight.
not say they didn't have a six-pack.
Let's just say they didn't even see some of their penis.
Let's just say they were not counting calories.
Let's just say they knew how to eat because they were eating most of the time.
Let's just say they put butter and cheese on that shit. There was no
100%, which we both love. Mm-hmm. That to me is it is an ingredient that always has to happen. So yeah, Hooters, man, I'm sad that they're gone. I'm sad that they're leaving. And you know what? We have to support them. I want to go there this week or next week. No, next week I'm going to be in England. But I want to go, and I want to do a live podcast out there.
That's a great idea for life because you've been trying to do one, and I'm like, nope, not there.
That would be the one. And we can actually, this is brilliant. We can go there and say, listen, we're trying to say this because this is meaningful to us. So we want to come. And we want to support the cause, and we want to make sure you guys get out of debt by trying to draw people in that forgotten about you. Because you were saying something that they were trying to change.
They were trying to change the
look.
The uniform.
Fuck that.
To be more family friendly. One of the coolest things I thought it was that when guys will be like, I'm going to take Junior for lunch. And then you will walk in and see an 8-year-old sitting at a table with a bunch of dudes. And he was like...
I never want them to change what they got. Seriously.
No, that's the whole point.
Reading, 100%. Reading their criteria of hiring, I applaud that. I think that is needed. No one wants to see certain things. I think today's day... We want to expose everyone to this uncomfortableness. I don't want to. I don't care if you're not perfect. If you're not perfect, Stay away from me.
No, and listen, for the guys they apply for the job,
They're
read
stupid.
the room.
Read the
That
room.
was not
Read
the
the
place for you, brother or sister or they. It was just not. You could have gone to Chick-fil-A. Oh, no. Never mind. They wouldn't hire you either.
They definitely wouldn't. Actually, they would
Maybe
shun
McDonald's.
you. Maybe McDonald's, but you don't have the exposure you do.
Starbucks for sure.
100%. If you have fucking shit all over your face, like a metal detector goes off rapidly.
You're
there.
like your purpose is to make good coffee.
Your purpose is to work at Starbucks.
Exactly.
Are you ready for a quiz? Are you a quiz taker?
I am not, but please do.
Okay, good. I'm going to start. It's a simple thing. All right. And just a couple questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. First question. Have you ever watched a Disney movie?
Yes.
Okay. Second question. Have you ever been to Disney World?
Yes.
Okay, great. So with what you just said to me, puts you into parameters of being a Disney adult. Do you understand what a Disney adult is? There is a scale. You are definitely on the lower side.
Let me explain something.
No,
I
time
did
out.
have a childhood where I watched Disney movies, and I did have 2 daughters that I took to Disney a few times until they got old enough to go by themselves.
Okay, let me ask you this. How would you describe a Disney adult? If you would describe their features, their personality, all of the criteria it would take to be a Disney adult.
Okay, so first of all, there's definitely some trauma from childhood there.
That's what you start with, is trauma.
Yes, 100%.
You start with trauma.
How did I describe them? They usually have matching outfits with their kids, which I never wanted to do that to my kids. They're usually, no, I can't say that.
No, you can say whatever you want. I think it's important to address the elephant in the room, because there's people out there, the layman, does not know. So a Disney adult, do you want me to define it for you so you understand?
Can you just read it verbatim, what you
I'm
found
going to read
on the internet?
Let me read you what I've found to be a Disney adult, okay? And this is what's so great, because oddly enough, you fit the mold as a Disney adult, even though you're bucking the system. But I'll read it verbatim. You ready? A millennial adult with or without kids that can't stop talking about Disney, including the movies and the parks. Even if they do have kids, they're still way more obsessed with it than their own kids would ever be. They probably engage in casual Disney bonding and visit the theme park at least once a year. They are obsessed with everything Disney and probably have a Mickey Mouse bumper sticker and tattoo.
Can you explain to me again how I'm part of any of that description? Just the millennial part? Because you're such a dick. You just want to bring that up, right? Baby boomer.
First of all, I'm not a baby boomer.
Okay, let me explain something. My kids are, since they were 13 and 19, they started going to the parks by themselves.
Again, I'll ask you just a couple questions just to verify if you're indeed a part of this cult.
I'm offended, by the way.
I mean,
a cult. It's what it's called, a cult.
Okay,
Yeah.
First question is, are you a millennial?
Yes.
Okay, great. Have you ever watched a Disney movie?
Of course.
Have you ever been to Disney?
Yes.
Have you taken your kids to Disney? Yes. You are a Disney adult.
Come on, that's so much bullshit.
So good. This is amazing. When I read this, I was like, wow, this, reading it, it was almost describing you to a T. Like, I was literally like...
Today you just want to piss me off. I hate Disney adults.
There's a level of where you're at. Disney adults are crazy. There's one guy that decided to drink the fountain water in all different parts of the park to just see how it tasted. And then he was crying when he got banned from the park. And he went on TikTok and he got all these views. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm here. I'm at Animal Kingdom. And he just drank it and he got freaking... And he posted it.
So, let me tell you something. The day that I found out I was...
A Disney adult?
No, that Disney World wasn't the happiest place in the world. It was the last time I went with my kids. They were 9 and 14, 15. They stopped selling beer on every corner. Like it used to be where like Epco or Universal where you will just go to a stand and they will sell you a beer. And they just change it to where the only time that you can have liquor is when you're on a like sit down restaurant instead of like walking around with your tall boy. That is the day that I told my children, I'm never coming back here.
That was it.
That was it for me.
That changed your look upon
a few years later, they went by themselves. But I did it about a month ago. By the way, I hate Orlando, Florida. Orlando, Florida is everything I hate. Crowds, Disney World, no beach, you name it. It's just fucking terrible. I don't even know why your people like living there.
So I'm going to give you down the lowdown of the criteria if you're like lower to the highest level of obsession of being a Disney adult. So the one is what you just said. You've been to Disney, you've seen the Disney movies, and you have kids and you took them there. Simple, innocent kind of behavior. Secondly, they get married in Disney and they basically have a Disney tattoo. And they go to Disney at least once a month. Now, there's a lower tier. Okay. They get married at Disney.
Propose.
They propose. They get married at Disney. And they have every anniversary at Disney.
Oh, God. That's so exhausting. There's so many cool places you can go to.
And you go there. With all those kids screaming while you're banging. Seriously.
That's like a nightmare instead of a dream.
The final tier, which is just mind-blowing. You ready?
Oh, God, it gets worse?
It gets worse than that. It gets a lot worse than that.
Okay, go ahead.
They live there.
What do you mean?
What do I mean?
They live where? In Orlando?
No. They live in Disney.
Inside the park? You can live inside the park?
There is a community called Golden Oaks, and you go, and they're allowed to go to the park every day for free. Live on the property.
How much is rent?
It's not rent. It's homes that they own. And they're millions of dollars in Orlando.
What? That's where the Disney adult millionaires live?
That's where the Disney adult millionaires live. And when they go, they give you a tour of the place. There's a fountain of Mickey at your house. There's Beauty and the Beast. There's elevators. There's all types of stuff. And it's all based on Disney. It's like nothing you've ever seen.
Not thank you. No. I never been less excited to meet a millionaire.
There's people on YouTube and TikTok that are going and showing you their tours and showing you the experiences that they're going through when they're buying the houses, and they're paying millions of dollars for them.
I can't relate. That's ridiculous. There's something psychologically wrong with these people. By the way, I kind of get the girls that are into that. How does a guy gets dragged into it?
I don't know. That's a great question. I have no clue. I feel there's got to be guys that are just amped up to do it.
I mean, you were married to a Disney adult.
And you
How
are a
much
Disney
did you
adult.
do?
Listen.
How much did you like? Where was the? I'm not fucking doing that.
A lot. There's a lot. I never wore matching shirts.
Okay.
Okay, there was the.
How many times do you go in a year?
I had year passes. Okay, but I didn't go.
I mean, we're in Florida.
No, you're right. I had a season pass, but I didn't go. I was literally working most of the time. My kids went with her.
She did go. Okay.
And they did that. And yes, that my daughter got her hair done in that freaking.
Did she ever talk about getting married?
Never.
There?
No, I would never do that, bro. Never. Okay. That wasn't an option. Listen, I was able to see a lot of the parks. Like, I opened up Animal Kingdom. I was one of the first to go there before they opened it to the public. I saw the creators of it. It was awesome. Like, even the other park, Islands of Adventure and Universal, all that stuff. I did that.
Yeah. I mean, my kids are into not Disney World anymore. They love Halloween and scary movies. So they're into like Universal Studios when it's like horror nights, and I'm like, something else I hate. I'll pay for the tickets. You guys go. But they're not into it anymore, and they're 15 and 21. That's when you stop caring about princess.
Yeah, you would think, but not really.
Oh, I guess not.
I mean, when you got some like middle-aged person.
It's just too much. Can you imagine being on that cruise and everywhere you turn is something Mickey or?
No, they said that if you have a dog or a tattoo that is referenced to any Disney movie,
you're 100%. I'm a hater, babe. I'm not even on the.
No, I hate to hate. I love when we get hate mail. Okay. I got thick skin.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm totally the opposite of a Disney adult. Just because I'm a millennial doesn't mean.
Wow, it's really sensitive. So I clearly struck a nerve because there's something there. Maybe, is there something like you're a closet Disney adult?
Hell no. You
sure?
100%.
Because it's okay. It's like when coming out from being gay or coming out anything.
Listen, I'm not into. Listen, I love my kids and my niece and my nephews and my best friend kids.
Can I say something to you right now? It's okay if you are. I still like you.
But that's why I'm so mad. Because I'm not. I don't enjoy kids' activities like that.
No, I don't think anyone does. As your
obviously they do.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not a hands-on mom. Let's just put it that way. I'm not a helicopter mom. I'm not a. What's the definition of a helicopter mom? Oh, somebody that's like on top of their kids every move. I'm not one of those. Let's sit on the floor and color together or play with the Barbies together. I'm more of a. I'm cooking dinner with a beer. You're outside playing. Let's meet up later.
How about let's take out cooking part and just a beer.
Be for real, right? I'll
seriously.
put your chicken nuggets in the oven. Get back to you in a minute.
Agreed. Okay. All right. Well,
I think we're good.
We're good. All right. Cool.
I think that was